friends, and welcome to my channel. My name is Uchenna and this is Life as Spirit. And if you're on Facebook, I am called over there Blossom Speaks. You are also welcome to the platform. On Life as Spirit, I talk about tools, processes that we can incorporate into our daily life to live our life at our regular jobs, being parents from a higher perspective. On Blossom Speaks, I teach you how to connect with yourself, how to connect to nature and nature spirits, how to open ourselves to the messages and medicine nature has for us on this journey to better walk in the very highest version of ourselves. So you are welcome. Now I will be talking about flowers. Yes, flowers that can help us with our inner work. Nature has medicine. Medicine is all around us. Even when you put your feet on the ground, that has its own medicine. There are salts which are gotten from the earth that when you take baths in these salts and in these clays, they give your body micronutrients. Some even give you magnesium that help you relax your muscles and release stress and tension. That also go in a chemical chain reaction, helps you to relax your mind. But on today I'll be talking about flowers. Now there are many flowers that can help you with emotional problems. Some of these flowers you can take as teas, as tonics, as tinctures to help you balance your emotions, clear your mind, clear your gut, so that you can have the clarity you desire for your life. Some of these herbs can only be administered by a qualified shaman, either physically or through a psychic experience when you experience the plant medicine as spirit. So what are these flowers that can help us with our shadow work? St. John's wort. Insert a picture of St. John here so you can see him. I have experienced St. John as spirit, very calm, very bright and cheery, wants to be a part of the human experience through helping humans combat depression, anxiety, stress. He even helps women in some areas of their feminine health by washing out their uterus, helps with the blood. Although there are side effects to when you use him physically, like you become photosynthesis, so people with problem with sunburns should be aware of that when they use St. John. For cleansing emotions like anger, a tincture of St. John's wort. You can find it from your reputable herbal supply store, where St. John has been made into a herbal preparation, into a small vial that you can put in your purse, in your wallet if you're on the go, and you put it under your tongue as directed, and he can help you achieve balance in your emotions. St. John can also be made into a tea. If you're at home and you want to make St. John into a tea, mixing him with chamomile, which is another relaxing herb, to help you get rid of that, and it should be consumed like 3 or 4 cups the entirety. Another herb that can help with balance when someone is going through emotion is rose. Rose has been used for a long time in magical practices as a herb of protection. It has been used as a declaration of love in many Western traditions. That is, the rose is a symbol of love and affection and protection. But you know that rose can also be used for depression. Rose can work within your aura to help to balance the emotion of depression, help to bring that love, kind of the energy of I love myself to you. And as I say that, I feel Mother Worth also coming forward and saying that I will surround you with my love. I will comfort you, and I will help you get through depression. So Rose, and now that Mother Earth is coming forward, are your plant allies to help you get through depression. Consider Mother Earth. Even though I didn't plan to talk about Mother Earth, she just came close as we were talking about it. So look into a tincture of rose, and if you cannot find a tincture of rose, please get a tincture of Mother Earth. Add her to your morning. You know someone who is going through depression and they are open to seeking, and they are open to using herbal remedies. A tincture of Mother Earth or a tincture of rose or a tonic of rose used as directed by the preparer is also very helpful. The flower that can help is rosemary. Rosemary repairs and plugs up holes in the aura, in the emotional body, that is allowing for these emotions to run unchecked or catch you off guard. Rosemary is very popular in spiritual circles as a herb that you can mix with sage in your saging rituals to bring it. The sage will remove all energies, whether good or bad, and the rosemary will bring in positive energies and welcome in energies that will bless and support you while protecting you at the same time. Consider a tincture of rosemary. Rosemary is everywhere. Some of us have rosemary growing in our gardens. You can take a little bit of rosemary and put a sprig of it in your regular morning tea or a lemon, a cup of water, and just let it sit there for 2-3 minutes. Or you can look for a herbal preparation of rosemary as a tincture or a tonic and use as directed by a qualified herbalist. Like I mentioned, sage is for total clearing. Sage will remove everything, both good, bad, ugly. So when you use sage, I highly recommend that you connect with your spirit guides to see if a sage is something you should be using. But in the meantime, if you don't know and you want to use something, I recommend that you use sage bundled with other things. So when you buy sage, you want it to be ethically sourced from the people that are native to using sage, and you also want it to be incorporated with rose and rosemary, because when you remove something, you have to put something back. So sage will remove it, and rosemary and the petals of the rose will bring in the energy of protection and love. These other ones I'm about to mention are to be used in the hands of a seasoned shaman. Some of us have heard about this, but this is ayahuasca. Ayahuasca will help you with your inner work, because ayahuasca will show you yourself. Ayahuasca will show you your current self, your emotional self, your mental self. Will go into your DNA and show you your past life trauma. Bring everything to the surface so that you can deal with it. And ayahuasca's plan with doing that is for you to connect with source. Ayahuasca can connect you directly to source for a higher vibrational experience, especially for people in leadership. It used to be used in ceremonies in the old days, administered to people in leadership so that it can connect them to higher vibrational intentions for the group, so that people are not, they think of the highest good of the group and then they are inspired on how to achieve it. Now here's the thing with ayahuasca. Many of us have heard about ayahuasca, and we go to the places in South America where they are administered. But on my conversations with ayahuasca, I was informed that a lot of us are not getting ourselves prepared before we go there. There's fasting involved. You have to fast for 3 days. You have to do some journaling and be aware of your own junk, because you will purge so much that purging 9 times out of 10 will become physical. There will be a lot of throwing up. There will be a lot of number twos if you are not prepared. You have to put yourself in a state ready to receive the message that ayahuasca will be showing you, and some of them will be past life trauma. So if you're not psychologically prepared through basic things like basic journaling, and you see yourself in a past life being a slave or being abused or being raped, and that emotion hits you and you're not ready, you could be exposing yourself to something you're not prepared for or even prepared on how to handle. So I highly recommend that you take steps to do some work by yourself before you go to the ayahuasca ceremony, so that your experience is pleasant when you meet her. When you meet her and they're a day, the 2 flowers day. When you meet her, they hug you, they love on you, and they show you yourself. But you have to be prepared. Preparation is key. The next herb I'm about to mention is not to be consumed at all. You do not consume this plant. This plant is poisonous. This flower is to be experienced as spirit only. Okay, the flower I'm talking about is Datura. Datura is another very powerful psychedelic herb that I do not recommend that you go and eat by yourself just because you just want to have an experience, you just want to see what it's like. Datura should only be used by an experienced shaman or someone who is skilled in the preparation of Datura, because there are Datura essences on sale, right? These people have learned how to make Datura in such a way that it is safe for consumption. But just walking up to the plant, eating the flower or the leaf is not recommended at all. Like I repeat, Datura is for experienced shamans and practitioners only. Datura will balance your spirit body right away. I think she's already on my head. She will balance your chakras, keep you aligned. She will show you yourself in stages. She is very, very strong. Imagine the closest I can call to mind of who Datura as a personality is Kali. That when she shows up at first, you are like, what is going on? And then as you guys get talking, you see that she's very motherly and protective energy. Now, if you're not used to that kind of energy that is like she comes on really strong, Datura might not be a good match for you. In fact, you should ask these flowers if they're a good match for you to work with before you work with them. You don't just pluck them willy-nilly and go do your working or your spiritual practice with it. You have to ask, are we a good match to work with? And then wait for the answer. We are not used to treating all life as conscious, because as humans we are selfish by nature. Anything that doesn't even look like us, like other humans, is actually treated with disdain. So making the jump to seeing flowers and herbs and trees and plant medicine as energies, as personality, might be a little bit of a jump for us. But here, they are our allies. They are here to help us. And if you want to know more about that, I usually post that content on my Facebook called Blossom Speaks, where the flowers have where they channel and communicate messages to people that will be helpful for them. Okay, so the flowers I went over were Datura, Ayahuasca. Ayahuasca is a combination of 2 flowers. I talked of sage, rosemary, and a motherwort came in to also give a message of well-being, that she would like to also come forward and help humanity heal with depression, stress, emotional problems. She in tincture form is also good for women's health and gynecological. I hear hot flashes when women are postmenopausal. She helps with that. So motherwort is coming forward to help as an ally with depression, with stress, with anxiety, with emotional imbalance. Okay, and then St. John's wort. This is your happy guy. This is your person who is here to balance your emotion. He has been used in a lot of preparations to combat, to bring to balance, to ease feelings of depression So consider a tincture of St. John's wort after you have determined that you are not photosensitive or have any allergies to any of these flowers mentioned above. And if you have done your inner work and you're ready to have an experience with ayahuasca or datura, you have to connect with the tribes in the areas where they are used for spiritual practices to administer these flowers to you. Okay, and that is it, my friends. These are the flowers. This is nature stepping forward to help you. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Please like the video, please share it. Someone out there could really help, especially in the times that we're in, with this message, so that they can make the shift to this vibration in which we're going to a little more easier and less resistance. Okay, thank you again for watching. I love you all, and until next time, bye bye.